As we begin, please turn to Hebrews 11:1. Sorry, got the song leader ingrained in me. Hebrews 11:1. Encamped along the hills of light, ye Christian soldiers, rise, and press the battle ere the night shall veil the glowing skies. Against the foe in vales below, let all our strength be hurled. Faith is the victory, we know, that overcomes the world. Faith is the victory. Faith is the victory. Oh, glorious victory that overcomes the world. Most of us today have sang this song over and over again within our own worship services. We sang it, but do we really understand what we're singing? What is faith? What does it do? And how is it our victory? Let's start with the first question. What is faith? Most of the world believes faith is just a blind belief. They see faith as the simple feeling in your heart that causes you, if they're religious, to be saved. But faith is so much more than that. Hebrews 11:1 states, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen." Faith is more than just this blind belief. It's a conviction and evidence of God and all the things that are spiritual around us. But what does it do? Faith changes things. Jesus himself even said this. He said this when he was talking to his disciples in Matthew 17, verse 20. It states, "Because of your little faith, for truly I say to you, if you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you." The disciples needed the faith of a mustard seed. For those of you who do not know, a mustard seed is approximately 3 millimeters across. That's about as big as you can get one dot with a Sharpie. It's very, very small. But we also, not only do we have this disciples' example of lack of faith, we have the examples of conquerors of faith. My favorite passage is Hebrews 11, where they have what I call the Faith Hall of Fame. Some of these examples in the Faith Hall of Fame are Abel, Enoch, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Sarah, Rahab, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and all the other prophets. All of these are characters we've read of, and we know their stories well throughout the Old Testament, who gave up their lives to God, and because of their faith came out in victory. You might state, though, that they were the exceptions to the rule. They were way back then. They know they were different than us. They don't understand what it's like to live today. But this is not true. They are just like us. They were pagans, drunkards, murderers, harlots, the oddball, sexually immoral, weak, and just as disobedient as we were. However, they also had a calling like we do. We are called out, Mark 16:16, to believe and be baptized, that we can put away the old man of sin and be born again. We have been made well by our faith, just like the woman with the flow of blood who reached out and touched Jesus' garment in Matthew 9, verses 20 through 22. But how is faith our victory? In faith, we overcome Satan. Faith brings us the access to the salvation through Jesus Christ. In our war with Satan, we have a shield of faith, as stated in Ephesians 6, describing the armor of God. Our faith protects us and keeps us with God, where we'll have eternal life with him. We can be like Enoch, who was taken to live with God because of his faith, referenced in Hebrews 11:5. All of our faith culminates in this one verse, Hebrews 11:6. "And without faith it is impossible to please him," meaning God. "For whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists, and that he rewards those who seek him." In our faith, we are rewarded with heaven, and we can live with the one who loves us and who we love for all eternity. I'd like to close with the final verse of the song I began with. "To him who has overcome the foe, white raiment shall he give. Before the angels he shall know, his name confessed in heaven. Then onward from the hills of light, our hearts with love aflame will vanquish all the hosts of night in Jesus' conquering name. Faith is the victory, faith is the victory, O glorious victory that overcomes the world.